Now please welcome the American Traffic Safety Services Foundation President, Sue Rice, who will present the Foundation Report.
Good morning. The Foundation works for a future in which improvements in work zone safety mean no workers' names need to be added to the National Work Zone Memorial, and no scholarships need to be given to their surviving dependents. Fundamentally, the Foundation works to support ATSA's role in the Toward Zero Deaths initiative. With those concepts in mind, this year, the Foundation organized its activities and outreach around three simple themes: toward zero deaths, toward zero scholarships, toward zero names. Through these themes, we advance toward our vision of the future and support ATSA, combining the strengths of both organizations. I would like to acknowledge our board of directors. To help move America toward zero deaths, we look for ways to bring drivers to the table to improve roadway safety. In 2013, we did this by continuing our work with the Teen Driver PSA Safety Contest, supported by State Farm, receiving 8 submissions from 5 pilot schools and awarding $3,750 to participating schools. Obviously, Toward Zero Deaths is an umbrella under which all Foundation activities occur. To advance that goal, we just completed our very successful Golf Classic and Sporting Clays event, which raised money for what we do across the board. This is where we get to enjoy our work, do well, do good, get to know each other, and form bonds that strengthen all our efforts. Now these guys know how to take playing in the rough to a whole new level. I want to thank our event sponsors for 2014. Our activity under this category is straightforward. We awarded 5 scholarships to the children of those lost in tragic work zone accidents while fighting to raise awareness of the impact of work zone fatalities. This year, we helped Daniel and Joshua Frank, whose dad Thomas worked for the Colorado DOT, Kelsey and Crystal Williams, whose father Samuel worked for the Washington DOT, and Lindsay Morgan, whose father Stephen worked in Florida for DBI Services. 3 of the scholarships were to ensure these promising students could continue in higher education, which began through previous scholarship awards. Lindsay Morgan and her aunt, Margot Story, are here with us today. The father of each of these bright young people may be gone, but the Foundation helps keep his dreams and theirs alive. It's my sad duty to report that 11 names have been added to the National Work Zone Memorial this year. Nicholas Zachary Johnson, Stephen A. Morgan, Sean Baker, Joseph Robert Jones, Loy Dylan Leland, Mike Huckabee, William Calloway, Alan Richard McMains II, Christopher Wheeler, Clifton J. Scott, Dean Patton. I want to take a moment to offer a hint of the lives behind these names. Let's take a look at the faces of work zone fatality. These are the images we must carry with us in our life-saving work. Kristen Holloway's name was added to the memorial in 2008. Kristen joined several members of her family when she went to work for a roadway contractor. That winning smile would have made it easy to hire her, even if she'd applied for the job on her own. This is a girl with a great spirit. She was a sister, a daughter, a granddaughter. She was full of fire and not afraid to stand up to convention. That's crystal clear in her pictures. I get the impression she came by her strengths through a very singular mom. Thankfully, her mom was not on the job the day Kristen was killed in a roadway work zone along this stretch of road. Whatever differences sisters have, as she goes through life, Kristen's sister Heather would probably give anything to bring them back now. This gentleman is the TxDOT worker who created the memorial to Kristen and gave her family a place to come and be where her spirit rose. This probably isn't the public's image of a roadway worker. It may not even be yours. But may we never, ever forget this beautiful face. Kristen's mom, Cheryl, her sisters, her grandparents, and her mom's fiance are with us today. This is Dean Patton, who worked for Caltrans. His name was added to the National Work Zone Memorial this year. He may be wearing sunglasses, but I bet those eyes just danced whenever that big, earnest smile lit up his granddaughter's face. How many mornings do you think the prospect of taking care of his family is what got him out of his nice, warm bed, reaching for that first cup of coffee? This is a guy who invested in some serious playtime, but he still suited up for work. Work or play, Dean Patton was on the road. This is the last photo taken of him before he was killed in a roadway work zone. Dean was on his motorcycle, a motorist, on his way to Caltrans's annual Fallen Workers Memorial while on vacation, when he was struck inside a work zone by another motorist running a red light. How much do you want to bet that that smile on Nicholas Johnson's face got a little wider when he got a little time to play? Doesn't a guy his age just live for the weekend? I hope he had a ball. A mother worries about a strong young man at play. In our world, a mother worries about a son or daughter at work, too. The name of Nicholas Johnson was added to the memorial this year. This is our scholarship recipient, Lindsay Morgan's dad, Stephen. Look at his bearing, and it's no surprise that his favorite song was God Bless the USA. How can we ever calculate the loss to Lindsay of her father? To her Aunt Margot, the loss of her brother. Yet we can add this to the weight of our sorrow for them. We lost more than a loved one, colleague, and highway worker here. A community lost what communities depend on, a committed volunteer. And as a firefighter, that community lost more than a volunteer. It lost a highly skilled, life-saving resource. Remember Kelsey and Crystal Williams, our other scholarship recipients? Their dad was a volunteer firefighter, too. Meet Clifton J. Scott, who worked for MoDOT, Missouri DOT. Do you get the impression from this snapshot that a word was about to roll off his lips? Maybe something about the photo being taken? I get the impression this is a lively guy. And look at all the safety features in this photo. The bands of tape on his shirt and pants, the hard hat, the color of his shirt and hat, the cones, the striped panels on the back of the truck, not to mention that enormous arrow above his head, pushing drivers away to the left. Clifton Scott was killed in a roadway work zone 3 days after this photo was taken. When you look at those photos, doesn't the life they show feel a little bit like your own? Couldn't any of these people be you, your employee, your buddy, your sister or brother, your child? ATSA's Towards Zero Deaths mantra is shared by all of us. Your company may do its part. You may work every day to make work zones safer. But the foundation helps you make Towards Zero Deaths your personal legacy. Help us. Be alert to the names that belong on the memorial and send us any information you have. Don't let the crush of Expo or your return home push the kids who receive foundation scholarships out of your thoughts. Do a simple thing. Use our new online donation option more than once. I'm asking you today to address the one thing about all of this that you can control. Ask, what will your legacy be? Thank you.